The infrastructure in the city of Houston is aging. It's not getting younger, it's getting older. And those infrastructure needs must be addressed. Then with respect to the sanitary sewer overflows, SSOs, over 9,000 overflows have taken place within our city. So much so that it has captured the attention of our federal regulators. And this issue, the city's been dealing with this issue since prior to 2010. But the EPA stepped in on the city of Houston in 2010. The Department of Justice stepped in 2013, and essentially said, city of Houston, you must address these health conditions caused by these sanitary sewer discharges. And quite frankly, when I came into office 4 months in, they indicated the time was up, and the possible cost to address SSOs was anywhere between $5 to $7 billion, over and above our expected spend. We brought that down to $2 billion. That consent decree was signed by the federal judge over a 15-year period. It must be paid for in order for those projects to be done. A failure to meet that matrix would subject the city to daily penalties of up to $100,000 per incident, so it could be very, very costly. The reality is that when it comes to water, that's an essential, critical infrastructure need that must be addressed. What has happened is that previous administrations have pushed it further down the road, and now you're at the point where the bond covenant is barely at the amount needed to keep us from being deemed to be in default, because you have to be at 1.2 with your debt credit ratio. We are right there on the margin. If you fall below that, then the city is subject to be defaulted by the financial those who are holding our notes, and then credit ratings will go down, and then people will end up paying more. And lastly, what I would say, nobody wants to be in a city where there are just sanitary sewer overflows, decaying infrastructure. You're constantly having to borrow your water or go without water, and then people being in long lines needing water because the water supply is not there. So if there are two things that are critically important, your water and wastewater systems needs to be reliable and dependable, okay, and of good quality. And the same thing as it relates to your electric grid. If one or both go down, then you find yourself with a February situation that occurred in 2021, and no one is happy with that. You have to pay the cost to maintain adequate and sound infrastructure.